Do you want to introduce yourself to the camera for us?
I am Erik from Bowling for Soup.
Excellent.
Hi.
How are you?
We're very well,
good.
how are you?
I'm fantastic.
You're looking good.
Oh, thank you. Feeling nice.
Excellent. So what made you decide to do an acoustic tour this time as opposed to your normal ones?
This is something that we do in, like, at home in Texas quite a lot. Well, I say quite a lot. A few times a year, we do these shows, and we kind of noticed that we had a lot of people flying from the UK to Texas to see these, and so a couple of years ago we introduced the idea to our promoters, but they didn't really kind of grasp, the whole thing of what we did. And then on our last tour in October, we sold VIP tickets, and the VIPs got like a 30-minute acoustic set before doors opened, and then the promoters actually saw it and saw the response, and we're like, okay, we can make this happen. And basically we were coming over just to do maybe like 4 shows as just kind of a promotional deal to build up our tour, our upcoming tour in October, and tickets started selling very quickly. and so they were like, what do you guys think about doing a full tour? And
so this is the first time we've done it in the UK?
Yeah. This is the longest acoustic tour that we've ever done, and the only all acoustic tour that we've ever done outside of Texas. So this is new for everyone involved.
I'm very excited. And you played last night, didn't you? Was that the first show last night?
No. We're on.
I don't know the dates.
We're on.
Show number.
Like 7 or 8
really?
right now.
I didn't know that. So
how's
the response been? Has it been good?
Been amazing. It's been really great. I couldn't have been better. And some of the rooms, we've sold out rooms that Bowling for Soup as a full band plays, and it's just the 2 of us acoustic.
Brilliant.
So it's been really nice.
Excellent. So what are you doing after this tour? Are you doing any more?
We're headed home because we're in the midst of writing a new album, and then we'll be in the studio in June recording a new album, and hopefully have that released by the time we're back in October.
Good for another full-blown tour in October.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that. That's exciting. So are you doing any European, UK festivals this year?
We're doing Wireless in London.
Oh, I've heard of that.
And we're doing NAS in Bath.
Yeah, not heard of that one.
it's like a skateboard, like
cool.
extreme sports type festival thing. We're headlining that one, and we're waiting for responses on a couple of others that I won't throw out there, but I will say we did have to turn down. We got an amazing offer to do Download this year.
No, why are you not doing that?
Because we're in the studio recording.
Well, there you go.
And it.
Because you played a few years ago, didn't you?
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah, and we were really upset that we didn't get to do that. So we
Next
apologize.
year,
Yeah, I think that they when we came back with. We're in the studio. They're like, okay, we'll keep you down for next year.
So they want you.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, do you have any pre-show rituals that you do to warm yourselves up, psych yourselves up, get in the zone, or do you just kind of play?
Kind of involves something like that. No, we don't really have any pre-show rituals. We did years and years ago. We did a show, and we thought had we done well at this show, it really could have stepped things up. And this is back when things were still not really happening for the band, and so we all went to the van and got in the circle and had had the group prayer and everything, and went up and played one of the most horrible shows we've ever played in our life. And so after that show, it was like, no more pre-show rituals.
What happened?
It just we weren't on. No one's playing well. The flow of the show wasn't very good, and so So after that one, it was like, no more.
You just drink?
Yeah.
Drink your sorrows away.
Yep.
I've interviewed some bands who would say weird things like sacrificing a goat, and I couldn't tell if they were joking or not. So I'm glad that you're kind of normal in that respect. Now, who's been the you've probably toured with quite a few bands, haven't you? Who's been the most fun to tour with?
Oh, it's hard to say because it's always we get asked that a lot, and it's
Yeah.
always the band that we just came off tour with.
Yeah.
You know,
kind of have to say that, don't you?
yeah. Well, but I mean, it's the most
Yeah.
recent. But we actually just got off with a band in the States called the Dolly Rots, who hopefully we'll be bringing with us in October. But in recent years, they've been kind of the most, but it's been like 3 years since we've really been on tour, you know, and so, or at least 2, and so all memory kind of fades. But we've been really, really lucky. That I think in 16 years, maybe one band that we've ever been on tour with, we haven't gotten along with. And it's not that we didn't get along. It's just that we didn't hang out, you know. And
it didn't click.
Right. And so we've been really, really lucky in that respect. And
well, that's great.
made a
You always
lot
have
of
fun.
made a lot of really, really good lifelong friends.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So, who would you, if he's wanted a character, you've got to sign all those things before
Okay.
meet and greets.
Okay.
So you could make this like your last question. Okay, that'd be good. Okay, let's go for it. What was your most embarrassing moment on stage? We'll go for that one.
Ever.
Just to throw that out there for him.
There's a few.
We can have them all.
Yeah. The very first time that my mother-in-law ever saw us play,
I'm cringing already.
we were walking up onto the stage, and as I'm getting up on the steps, I kind of stumbled, but I was on the top step, and so then went down over the side, and that's her introduction to us playing. Another time in London, someone had thrown, people like to throw things up on the stage, like little gifty type things. And
you get like underwear things.
Lots of bras.
Somebody threw like a beaded bracelet up, and I stepped back into full rock pose and stepped on the bracelet, and the beads rolled out from underneath me, fell down, broke my bass. Like,
oh my god!
No. And then
that's horrendous.
But I think the very, very worst. We weren't even playing. We were introducing Maroon 5 at a radio festival, and we're in Madison Square Garden in New York City, and we were in this huge rush because we had gone to find beer, and the way that arena is set up, all the escalators go both ways. So during the event, they only go up, and so you can't get back down. And so we're racing around, and finally got there, just barely before we're supposed to go on. And so it's all rush, or whatever. And I was lagging behind, and they had told Jarrett, because he was in the front of the line, they told him it's going to be just a few minutes. And so as I'm walking up, he goes ahead and pushes me up onto the stage, onto the platform. So I'm like dead center in the middle of 25,000 people, and walk out, and so people start screaming for somebody to come out there, and I just walk out with rock hands up, and he has then held everybody else down at the bottom of the steps, and I'm there by myself.
Just like, what you want?
Shit.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was good.
Well, brilliant. Thanks very much for that.
Thank you guys.
Thanks. We hope to see you soon.
Bye. Wait till camera.